Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. I wanna report to you on a report that I found called the Toledo Bend Bass Study. Now, Toledo Bend is one of the biggest freshwater lakes in the country. It's in Texas, on the border of Texas and Arkansas. It's a huge body of water. And in 2015, Bass named Toledo Bend the best bass fishery in the country and therefore the world. 2016, again, number one, Toledo Bend. And then something started to happen. Now, remember, this is a massively big body of water. This is huge. But the following year, the bass take, the fish caught, dropped almost 50%. And there's tournament after tournament after tournament on this lake. And so the thought was, okay, what is the tournament pressure causing the fishing to get just tremendously worse? And so a huge study was done. And this study wasn't just a half-baked study. This study was amazing, how they went to find what was happening with these fish. And it was conducted by one of the top tournament fishermen in the country, along with different biological organizations. So we had biologists working on this, we had state organizations working, and we had some of the best fishermen taking part to complete the study. There's so much in this study that I want to talk about, but they took 26 bass, and they averaged about 3 pounds, and one of them was 8 pounds. But anyway, they took 26 bass, and they implanted tracking devices inside of each one of these. I mean, it wasn't just a little tag. This was an electronic device that they implanted in them. They did this in November because they figured in cooler conditions, it was less stress on the fish. Within 2 weeks, every single one of those bass died. And they're like, what happened? They came to the understanding, and this is through the biologists, through all the interpretation they had of the failure of what happened so far. And they figured that it must be just the opposite of what we think. We think that in cooler conditions, the fish are less stressed. When the water gets warmer, the air gets warmer, they can be more stressed. That's why we worry about catching muskies in the summertime. Are we going to stress them too much, and are they going to die? This was their attitude. So they reversed it, and they repeated the study. They were able to get all of these transmitters back out of the fish. One of them they found in an eagle's nest. Another one they found 1.5 miles away on land, that some animal had apparently taken one of these bass way back 1.5 miles in to eat it or something. The point is they got the transmitters back, and they redid this study. And the findings of this study will blow you away. They said you'll never think about bass fishing the same again. And I read through this study, and it's actually a YouTube presentation 3 times to try to get the facts for you. There's not enough time left in this report, but I got to tell you, you got to stick around and listen to our next report, because there's some unbelievable findings that came from this. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.